Hi friends, I am Ahad Parmar. Today I am going to share something exciting from data communication and networking world, which is TCP and IP. So, which means Transmission Control Protocol and Internet Protocol. Hope you get required knowledge after watching this video. So, let's get started.
Digital revolution has changed the way of lifestyle. New generation is totally connected with data communication and networking. TCP/IP stands for Transmission Control Protocol and Internet Protocol. These were the first two networking protocols defined in the Internet Protocol suite. By the ending of this video, you will come to know all the required knowledge. Before moving further, we will like to know some history of the TCP/IP protocol suite. These two guys have invented the TCP/IP protocols. It was designed for large internetworks. It was developed in 1969 by the US Department of Defense Advanced Research Projects Agencies, the result of resource sharing experiment called ARPANET. The purpose of TCP/IP was to provide high-speed communication network links. Since 1969, ARPANET has grown into a worldwide community of networks known as the Internet. The TCP/IP protocol suite was developed before the OSI model, which is Open System Interconnections. Therefore, the layers in TCP/IP protocol suite do not exactly match with the OSI model. The original TCP/IP protocol suite have four layers. First is host to network layer, second is internet, third is transport, and fourth is application layer. What is TCP/IP? It is the communication protocol for communication between computer on the internet. It defines how devices should be connected and data should be transmitted between them. TCP handles communication between hosts and provides flow control, multiplexing, and reliability. It specifies how data is exchanged over the internet by providing end-to-end communication, which is identify how it should be broken into packets, addressed, transmitted, routed, and received at the destination. The TCP/IP suite of protocols is classified as stateless, which means each client request is considered new because it is not related to previous request. Being stateless frees up network paths so they can be used continuously. Uses of TCP/IP. At last I will show you practical example of it. Now, it is used to interconnect network device on the internet. It can also be used as a communication protocol in a private network. It also manages how a message is assembled into a smaller packets before transmitting over the internet and reassembled in the right order at the destination address. TCP defines how applications can create channels of communication across a network. IP defines how to address and route each packet to make sure it reaches the right destination. Each gateway computer on the network checks this IP address to determine where to forward this message. In this, we have four layers. First, physical and data link layer. Second, network layer. Third, transport layer. Fourth, application layer. Now, there is a short description of all layers. First is physical and data link layer. The physical layer consists of protocols that operate only on a link. The protocols in this layer include Ethernet for local area network and the address resolution protocol. Second is network layer. The network layer, also called the internet layer, deals with packets and connect independent network to transport the packet across network boundaries. The network layer protocols are the IP and the Internet Control Message Protocol (ICMP), which is used for error reporting. Third is transport layer. The transport layer itself is stateful. It transmits a single message and its connection remains in place until all the packets in the message have been received and reassembled at the destination. The transport layer is responsible for maintaining end-to-end communication across the network. The transport protocol include TCP and user datagram protocol, which is sometimes used instead of TCP for special purpose. Fourth is application layer. The application layer provides application with standardized data exchange. Its protocols include the Hypertext Transfer Protocol (HTTP), File Transfer Protocol (FTP), Post Office Protocol 3 (POP3), Simple Mail Transfer Protocol (SMTP), and Simple Network Management Protocol (SNMP). Advantages of TCP/IP. TCP/IP is non-proprietary, which means it is not private and is not controlled by any single company. Therefore, the Internet Protocol suite can be modified easily. It is compatible with all operating systems, so it can communicate with another system. The Internet Protocol suite is also compatible with all types of computer hardware and networks. Now, as I have discussed earlier, that at last I will show one practical example of TCP/IP. To show the practical example, I am using Cisco Packet Tracer software, and in this I have taken two computers and a router, and I have assigned them with different IP address. IP address also have three different classes, that is class A, class B, class C, and I have taken class C. I also give the gateway to each computer. So after this I have created one network, and by adding internet on this, it will transmit the packet and it will communicate between specified network. We can do much more in this software, like we can restrict the communication of specific computers between the two network by using CLI commands and much more. We can implement all the things here as a implementing in big companies. So we can say it as a practical example of TCP/IP.